you want to take your Madden or your CFB skills to the next level, then you need to try out the sponsor of today's video, Ace Madden. Ace Madden is the best place to get the best ebooks and schemes in the entire game. And if you guys go to the link in my description right now and use code Moshi, you will get 25% off your order. And once again, shout out Ace Madden. What is good, fellas? And hope you boys are all having a fantastic day. And welcome back to episode 10 of Fixing Subscribers Teams in Madden 25. As a quick reminder, the only way to submit your team to be rated and fixed in this video is by going down there and joining my Discord. Once you do join the Discord, there is a whole channel basically built up for this video. If you have any issues finding it, please feel free to reach out to myself and I will direct you to the right channel. Before we do slide on over and take a look at any of your teams, though, we do have a few quick small things to go over. First things first, we are currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. If we can hit 8K before the end of April, you boys know there is going to be a giveaway. So if you are new to the channel and you enjoy Ultimate Team content, or you potentially want to win some money, I feel like you already know what to do. If we can hammer home and get this video to, let's say, 200 likes. I know that is a lot, but if we can do it, I will have a gift card giveaway for you guys down in my Discord. That all said, a lot of pre-video, yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord and let's slide on over to Discord to take a look at the first team we have today. So the first team today is coming in from Intriguing. He's got Jordan Mailata, Jonathan Ogden, Jeff Saturday, Will Shields, Forrest Gregg, Ben Coates, Todd Heap, George Pickens, Braylon Edwards, Anthony Edwards, Don Terripo, Mike Tolbert, and AJ Green. I'm just gonna say this right off rip. If I don't get to your team today, the Combine promo players, they are back. If you missed it earlier this week, EA removed the Combine token, and instead of tossing in a Combine token, you can just toss in 70,000 training. 70,000 training is not expensive or hard to get, so if you are in doubt and want a new player to pick up, my recommendation is going to be Combine promo players. Best value in the entire game. When it comes to Intriguing's team specifically, though, I do like what I see right here. Don Terry Poe, I am personally Team Bo Nick. I know people love Poe, so I'm not going to say anything about that. You got edge protectors on your offensive line. I do like your wide receiver room. If there is anywhere on your offense I would look to improve, it would be your wide receiver room. Not a bad wide receiver room by any means. You have a bunch of really good wide receiver twos, but you're missing that one top tier wide receiver. You got Anthony Edwards, you got AP. I really am a big fan of Anthony Edwards as a running back. When it comes to wide receivers, I mean, if you can afford Calvin Johnson, go buy Calvin Johnson. 97 overall BND training Julio Jones, another really good option right there for you. Between one of those two, that is what I would do at the wide receiver room. Defensively, though, we got Ed Reed, Jalen Walker, Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly, Hassan Reddick. I have not seen that card used at all. Julian Blackmon, Christian Gonzalez, Karlaftis, Carter Nagata, Nolan Smith, Tony G, Pat Pete, and Will Johnson. I do really like this defense as well. Now, you do have Anthony Edwards as your running back, and like I said, I do like Anthony Edwards as your running back, but you do have Adrian Peterson maxed out to a gold 99 behind him. Your DB room needs a little bit of work. As of right now, I don't see any universal coverages anywhere here. Either you go buy a DB that gets universal coverage, or you just move Ant-Man to DB. Anthony Edwards as a DB is the second best DB in the game behind Randy Moss, so take that for what you will. Maybe go buy another Anthony Edwards, but right there, you need at least one universal coverage on one DB. I don't mind Julian Blackmon, especially because he is free. Hassan Reddick, I haven't seen anybody use that card, so I don't really have too much opinions on that. Defensive line is a little bit outdated. Nolan Smith and George Karlaftis are good cards, but you could look to upgrade right there. Julius Peppers, I also like the brand new free Jason Taylor. If you have not done your Ultimate Legend solo challenges, go and claim a free Jason Taylor. Interior D-line, though, I do like what I see right there. Just make sure you toss in a backup DT. If I had to rate this team, I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I really like the team. Intriguing. Thank you for sending it in. Next team's coming in from King Natty White, and this team looks very, very good. Taking a look, we got right here Jordan Mailata, Chris Lindstrom, Bruce Matthews, Will Shields, Lincoln Kennedy. I love the offensive line. Vernon Davis, my tight end one. Calvin Johnson, Donovan McNabb, Jim Thorpe, Nico Collins, and Julio Jones. Off rip, I don't have any recommendations for you. This team is very good. The only thing I would flip out right here is your running back. Jim Thorpe is not a bad running back, and if you run a lot of double pass, then like I get it. But everywhere else on this team is top tier, S tier, can't get much better except that running back room. Maybe look to pick up an Anthony Edwards, a Derrick Henry, a Quad Father. Even say go buy 98 overall AJ Dillon over Jim Thorpe. Yes, the AP will have to be reworked on this squad. Besides that, the team really can't get much better on the offensive side of things. Calvin Johnson and Julio is just fun. Defensively, we got HaHa Clinton Dix. I really like that HaHa card. Barno, Bobby Wagner, Brian Urlacher, Zach Bond, Kyle Hamilton, Sherm, Hunter, Jalen McCoy, Marcus Stroud, Hutch, Pat Pete, and Anthony Edwards. This is a very good team right here. This is one of those teams that pretty much anyone can build. It's not going to cost you 50 million coins. This is a really good you know, like value to like best player squad. That kind of makes sense. It's not the team that's going to get an 11 out of 10 on today's video, but this is going to be a 9.5, a really like affordable team to kind of just replicate. This type of team will easily allow you to compete online. Wait for the Easter market crash. I guess next Rate Your Team video will be on Sunday. I mean, next Sunday, and next Sunday will be Easter. So the market, you know, next Sunday, I'm not going to tell you guys to buy anything right now because the market's going to be in shambles, but take a screenshot of this defense right here. I am telling you guys, do it right now. If you need help with your defense, very good defense. Thank you for sending in the team. I mean, like I said, 9.5, it really can't get much better except you're missing those top tier LTD like Randy Moss. But like at the end of the day, like you don't really need that card. Next team is coming in from Crutch. He has 40 Falcons, 20 Eagles. We got Joe Thomas, Lindstrom, Bruce Matthews, Bill Fralick, Lincoln Kennedy, Vernon, Ross, Okoye. We got Mike Vick, AP, Kyle Pitts at wide receiver. You'll love to see it. And then Julio Jones. Taking a look at the offense, I get it, you're running Falcons and Eagles. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks. If you can get behind it, by all means, go for it. You have 282,000 coins, so the coin count isn't really mess-withable right now. You got Julio Jones. I like Julio. I mean, that's the best wide receiver in the game, especially on a Falcons theme team. He does get all 32 NFL team chemistry, so it does not really matter. You got the edge protectors out there as well. Pitts and John Ross make up a really good wide receiver room. If we're getting nitpicky here, Adrian Peterson. There are better backs in the game that, give you the same amount of AP, but based on your coin count right now and what the team is doing for you and your theme team restrictions, the only way I would go, quad father. The only quad I would recommend would be the limited time quad, so I honestly would just stay put with what you got right here. Taking a look at the defense, we got Sean T, Barno, Foyles on Lucan, Luke Kuechly, TJ Watt, Julian Blackman, Tony G, Michael Williams, DeForest Buckner, Hutch, Pat Pete, and Will Johnson. Right here you have Deion Sanders still getting reps for you, but you don't have universal coverage on him and you haven't upgraded him to the 98. I would say, lose the Deion and go buy Anthony Edwards. Every week I like to have a few cards that I'm telling you guys to buy. The cards for the night are going to be Combine players and Anthony Edwards. That Anthony Edwards DB has been my best player over the last 2 weeks. It is a must-have if you can afford. I haven't seen anybody play with Foyles on Lucan. I believe he gets Falcons chemistry, so that does make sense right there. I don't love the 3 AP on him. Based with what you got around here, it's not the end of the world. You got DeForest Buckner. I really do like that card. Julian Blackman, you could look to improve right there if we're getting nitpicky. I love Barno. This is my current edge rusher off the right side of my defensive line. I would just really like to improve that DB room. Anthony Edwards will be your best friend, or go buy the new Deion Sanders if you don't want to run universal coverage on him. With that all said, I'm going to give this team a 8-1 out of 10. Thank you, Crutch, for sliding in the squad. Next squad is coming in from Banana Pancake, the absolute homie. Taking a look at the squad right here. Joe Staley, Will Shields, Bruce Matthews, Kyle Long, Andrew Whitworth, Kyle Pitts, Devin Hester, Jim Taylor, Donovan McNabb, Marshawn Lynch, Julio Jones, and Calvin Johnson with John Ross as a backup wide receiver. Can't tell based off this screenshot, but make sure you have chemistries on John Ross to give +1 speed to all of your other wide receivers. And since we are talking about your wide receivers, I don't hate Devin Hester. It's a free card. I am team use your free players, but if we're getting nitpicky, that's the one weak spot on this team. I would honestly rather use John Ross based off of discounted abilities than Devin Hester. That's just me personally. If you want a wide receiver similar to Devin Hester, team of the year Justin Jefferson is a very good option right there. Obviously, we have those top tier wide receivers in the game. You have Calvin Johnson, you got Julio Jones. I would even use free Nico Collins over Devin Hester. That's another card we haven't talked much about, but like the free Nico Collins from House Rules just by playing 10 games, upgrading him for 7,000 carats, that is a top tier wide receiver in the game. I would recommend if you have the ability to max him out and use him, because for the next like week and a half or 2 weeks, he is a top tier S tier wide receiver because of those Sugar Rush discounted abilities. I do like Donovan McNabb as well. If you guys watched my best player at every single position video earlier today, McNabb was quarterback 1 for me. Defensively, we got Brian Thomas, Derrick Henry, Barno as your middle linebacker. Are you usering on Barno? I think you're doing that wrong if you are. TJ Watt, Julian Blackman, Charles Woodson, Jalen Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Hutch, Sean Murphy Bunting, and Richard Sherman. So I am a fan of universal coverage. I feel like I've said that name of that ability 17 times today. And your buy is going to be Anthony Edwards as well. If you want a cheaper universal coverage, Super Bowl Deion Sanders is going to be better than Charles Woodson for you out there. And he gets universal coverage for like a max price of like 200,000 coins. Anthony Edwards is like 800,000 coins. I'm going to assume you have Barno coming off your edge, but if you don't, please make sure you switch that out. I've only heard good things about using on that Derrick Henry, but please make sure you have Barno coming off your edge. I'm going to give this team right here a 6-9 out of 10. I like the squad right here. There are definitely some holes like Charles Woodson, but once you fix those out, out with the universal coverage DB, we could be talking in the medium 7s. Thank you, Banana Pancakes, for sending in the squad. Next team is coming in today from Football Stand. We got the Joes on the left side of the offensive line. Bruce Matthews, Will Shields, please toss in a backup right guard. Lincoln Kennedy, Jimmy G, Martellius Bennett, and Greg Dulwich. Burris, Devin Hester, Tiki Barber, alright, Famous Jameis, and then Julio Jones. Jameis Winston card, there's a real conversation for him to be a top 5 quarterback in the game. I like that card, and I like the way you have it stacked right now. I don't like Tiki Barber. I'm going to assume you are running a Giants theme team because, well, you got Tiki Barber, you got Burris, you got Jameis Winston. I think you got, Giants chems on Julio Jones. So it would almost make too much sense, so because of that, I guess I like Tiki Barber. I just don't like the Tiki Barber ability stack. It's a little bit weird, but still a pretty good card, especially on a Giants theme team chemmed up to 99 speed. I'm actually taking back what I said about not liking Tiki Barber. I like this squad a lot right here. If you're looking for a slot wide receiver, Redux OBJ is going to be your best friend. Other than that, I really don't have any recommendations. I'm not too familiar with the Giants theme team right now. It was top tier for a super long time. I don't know how good it is anymore. You are currently 44 out of 50 Giants chems. I would max that out if you can. That is, probably going to be priority 1. Defensively, let's take a look at what we got right here. Javon Holland, James Harrison, Gibby, Foyleson, Anthony Jennings, Ryan Clark, Ant-Man, Ndamukong Suh, Dexter Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson, Richard Sherman, and Deion Sanders. I believe you sent in this picture right here. So Harrison, Lawrence, and Hutchinson are your edge rushers. And number 1 priority for you is going to be maxing out your Giants team chems of 50 out of 50. I get it, 40 is the +2 speed, but just get the extra boost. Get there. You have holes like left end 2. Make sure you toss something. I believe you're missing a right guard too. Just fill in those holes. You can easily get up to 50 out of 50. Besides that, I do really like the team. How many times am I going to say Anthony Edwards in today's video? I really like that card. You have the card. I'm going to assume you are running universal coverage on Anthony Edwards. I can't tell. Make sure you are running universal coverage on Anthony Edwards. I'm going to give this team right here a 8 out of 10. You are utilizing your free players. Just make sure you are continuing to working on maxing them out. Crutch and James Harrison are 2 really good edge rushers. Just make sure you max them out, especially when we get them to 99s. Other than that, I really like the squad right here. Thank you for sending it in. This team's coming in from Trey. He is a 50 out of 50 Buffalo Bills theme team. I know he's going to be excited about AKA icon reveals today. Kenny Clark, Joe Thuney, Bruce Matthew, Will Shields, Joe Staley, Gates, Julio, Mike Dolbert, Charlie Ward, Marshawn Lynch, John Ross, and Calvin Johnson. All right, I like the offense right here. I always forget that Marshawn Lynch played for the Buffalo Bills. That Lynch card is very, very good. Bruce Matthews, Will Shields. The offensive line in general is very good. Deion Dawkins will be joining your team tomorrow. I am going to assume. You got Antonio Gates, Julio, Calvin, John Ross. Those who have a million coins and want to build a near perfect 3 wide receiver trio, this is the way to do it. John Ross in the slot, Calvin out wide, and B&D Julio Jones. This can compete with the best of them. Charlie Ward, I am not a fan of Charlie Ward, but I know a lot of people do like the Charlie Ward card. Last week I had him as the best quarterback in the game. Again, I am a team Bo Nix. Either way, this offense is very, very good. Defensively, we got Ed Reed, Paul, Luke Kuechly, Devin White, Ted Hendricks. I love that Ted Hendricks card. Julian Blackmon, Ant-Man, Will Johnson, Hutch, Marcus Stroud. I love the Marcus Stroud card. Kenny Clark, Cameron Jordan, and Jalen Ramsey with universal coverage on him. I'd like to upgrade that corner 3 slot. Will Johnson isn't bad, but we have better DBs in the game now. You can buy a better DB for 200 to 250,000 coins. Go buy any of the team of the year corners or go buy the 98 overall Deion Sanders from All-Star Athletes. Strong safety Julian Blackmon. The card is good. I've been saying the card is good all video. It just seems like a glaring hole on your defense. I don't know how he's been playing for you, but if you like the card, hey, by all means keep him. But if he's been bad for you, or you notice he's getting torched more now than he was, that would be the other slot I would look to upgrade. Other than that, I really do like this team. This is like an 8-5 and 8-7. Marcus Stroud in the middle. Ant-Man offense is looking good. Shout out the Buffalo Bills theme team. Next team's coming in from Tyler 15. He is 40 Eagles and working on 20 Seahawks. He's got Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickinson, Bruce Matthews, Will Shields, Lincoln Kennedy, Gates, Hester, Taysom Hill, okay, Jim Thorpe and Quadfather with Anthony Edwards, AJ Brown, and Julio Jones. Initial thoughts right here. Flip Devin Hester and Johnny Wilson and go buy John Ross to be a backup wide receiver for you. I think if you do that, you can easily get Johnny Wilson up to 99 speed, and then you have a 6'7", 99 speed wide receiver. Running back room is where I have some questions. Why do you have Jim Thorpe and the Quadfather Gold 99? Pick between one of the two. Sell off Jim Thorpe. I would use Quadfather. I think he's better than Jim Thorpe. If you need the coin, sell off Quadfather, but like Quadfather is one of my favorite cards we have in the game. Besides that, I do really like the squad right here. Defensively, we got Haha Clinton Dix, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, Ray Nitschke, TJ Watt, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Peppers, Carter McCoy, Aiden Hutchinson, Pat Pete, and Ant-Man. Another really good trio of DBs right here. I am really high on this Julius Peppers card. He's been playing so good for me. Another kind of slept on just middle linebacker. Bobby Wagner, he is my, I'm on a Commander's team, so like he is my middle linebacker 1 or 2. Dude just makes plays. He's just bouncy. I don't know what it is about that Bobby Wagner card, but he's just good. Clinton Dix, another card that dropped on Thursday, the best Sugar Rush champion we have. Makes sense though, his passive X Factor is the best passive X Factor you could have, and well, I mean, the card also just plays really good. A 6-1 free safety. Yeah. Like the team right here, I'm gonna give this one, basing it off of the offense and the defense right here. I just don't understand the Quadfather and Jim Thorpe. Like, I'm going to give this one an 8.5. I like the team. Just Quadfather and Jim Thorpe is really throwing me off. Please let me know down below what's up with that. This team is coming in from Nico. Nico, I am sorry, but your name is just fumbling this month. Nico Harrison and Nico, Tennessee quarterback. Absolutely screw that guy. Either way, taking a look right here. We got Jordan Mailata, John Hannon, Jeff Saturday, Will Shields, Joe Walt Delete, Gates, Jones, CJ Ham, but first Bo Nix of the day. Shout out Nico, Devin Hester, and George Pickens. At 200,000 coins, what would you recommend I do? Honest answer right here. I mean, I would sell off Johnny Wilson. He's your 3rd string wide receiver. Did just tell the guy behind you to use Johnny Wilson, basing it off your coin count and the rest of your team. It looks like you need coins. Once again, just so everyone is aware, the Sugar Rush market crash will be taking place 1 week from today. So capitalize on selling off players while you can. The coin count you have, I think that is the play. Make sure you are grinding through all of your free cards, so like AKA Icons, Ultimate Legends, Roster Evolution. The specialist right here, I like what I see right here. Defensively, we got Paul Krause, James Harrison, Ray Nitschke, Kuechly, Anthony Barr, Pat Tillman, Arenas Williams, Michael Williams, Matt Beast, Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Deion Sanders, and then Richard Sherman. Which is really similar with your offense. It's really just about building a really good coin count right now. Not a bad team by any means, but just with your coin count right now and with the players you have to sell off, I wouldn't sell anybody off. I would spend a lot of time in house rules and just keep grinding and building up that coin count for the Sugar Rush market crash next week. I'm gonna give this team a 6.5 out of 10. Not a bad team by any means. You could definitely compete online, but just make sure you are building up that coin stack and getting ready for that market crash next week. About time I finally rated Ivan's team. I kept forgetting to do it. Sorry, Ivan, but we are here. Peters, Landon Dickinson, Bruce Matthew, Will Shields, Lincoln Kennedy, The Judge, Julio, Mike Dolbert, McNabb, Quadfather, AJ Brown, and Nico Collins with John Ross with an X Factor on him. I don't know how much you're throwing the football to John Ross, but I would recommend you take the X Factor off of John Ross. I mean, actually, with what you got right here, I actually wouldn't. Off rip, I'm going to tell you to go buy Vernon Davis, the tight end from the Combine promo, and toss him in as one of your wide receivers. The best Combine player we have in the game. You got the Judge right there. Pairing him up with Vernon Davis is going to be nice. I really don't have any recommendation for you. This team is really good. At 10 million coins, you could look to go buy 99 overall Quadfather, but like even there, the AP discount is pretty much all you are getting at. I mean, fellas, this is looking like a 10 out of 10. You could go buy the new Julio as well, but I'd probably go buy the new Julio Jones. That would be the one thing I would tell you to do offensively. Defensively, we got Javon Holland, Devon Diablo, Pat McAfee, Zach Bond, Ted Hendricks, Pat Pete Peppers, Gravedigger, Larry Allen, Danielle Hunter, Tre'Davious Ward, and Cooper DeJean. Okay, Ivan. DB room is where I would spend your time today. Anthony Edwards, you got 10 million coins. Go buy Anthony Edwards right now. Sell off Tre'Davious Ward and use Anthony Edwards. Besides that, I mean, the defense is very, very solid. This is going to be our 9.7 out of 10. Anthony Edwards will boost you up to a 10 out of 10. Ivan, thank you for sending in the squad. This team right here is coming in from Jack. We got Chris Hinton. Jack, make sure you have edge protector on Chris Hinton. Joe Thuney, Bruce Matthews, Will Shields, Whitworth, Brock Bowers, Quentin Johnson. I have not seen a Quentin Johnson been used pretty much ever. Taysom Hill, Derrick Henry, Chris Godwin, and Calvin. Offensively, I like Godwin. I like Calvin Johnson. I don't mind Quentin Johnson. We just have better wide receivers in the game. And Justin Jefferson back there at wide receiver 3. I would rather use Jettas than take the coins off of Quentin Johnson. You have Taysom Hill as your quarterback. I don't like Taysom Hill. You know you are a fan of this Taysom Hill card, so like, I'll let it slide, but we do have better quarterbacks in the game. When it comes to your defense, taking a look right here for Jack, we got Paul Krause, Derrick Henry, Foles Lucan, Brian Urlacher, Von Miller, Kyle Hamilton, Adoree Jackson, Von Miller 99, Devondre Sweat, Chris Jones, Hutch, Jalen Watson, and Richard Sherman. You're going to go out there and you're going to buy Anthony Edwards as soon as you finish watching this video. Also going to max out that Derrick Henry. 98 overall Henry versus 95. It is a leaps and bounds difference. On your interior defensive line, you're going to get one Colossus. I wouldn't mind selling off Von Miller. Replace him with like a brand new Jason Taylor, or like honestly one of the top 5 left ends of the game. They're better than Von Miller. You're going to sell off Von and go buy either a Jason Taylor. If you don't sell off Von Miller, but you definitely need a Colossus on the interior. Marcus Stroud, Larry Allen, DeForest Buckner, one of those 3 are going to be your best friend. Besides that though, Jack, I'm going to give this team a 8 out of 10. As always, shout out Jack. That all said, boys, is episode 10 of rating and fixing subscribers' teams. As always, I appreciate every single one of you who did submit your team this week. Didn't get to you, I am sorry. We will be rating teams over on stream, so if you're not already, go make sure you guys follow the Twitch. Okay, boys, back here later tonight talking about updates on every glitch. But until then, I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday afternoon. Peace, gents, and have a good one.